I'm trying to figure this out here because I've been all over social media and I see people going up to Tesla cars and like keying them, and people like, vandalizing Tesla cars. And okay, so people that bought Tesla cars like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, majority of them were Democrats, right? Okay. So people today are going after Tesla cars and like, doing stuff to them. But they're Democrats too. You get mad at someone else because they bought a car 2 years ago, so you're gonna go like damage the car. Like, this makes no sense. Like, you're picking on the same people. Like, both of y'all voted for Kamala Harris. The person that's doing the vandalism to the Tesla and the person that's driving the Tesla, chances are. So it's like, why are they picking on their own people like that? Like, that's so messed up. Like, why are they doing that? Like, you're on the same team. This person just still has a freaking Tesla because they can't sell it because if they sell it, they're going to lose so much money on their Tesla. Like, haven't y'all seen like people out there selling Teslas? What are these people thinking? You're going to sell your car that you're upside down on the loan, and then you got to go into your bank account and pay off the difference just because you want to protest Elon Musk? Like, what? And then even worse, the people that are out there that are selling their Tesla stock just because they don't like Elon Musk. So you get mad at Elon Musk, and now you're going to sell your Tesla stock, and now you're going to have to pay like fat taxes on selling your Tesla stock just because you want to show everyone that you're a good person and you don't have a Tesla and you don't have Tesla stock. Like, yo. Wow. This is crazy. Well, there's a bunch of videos of people vandalizing Teslas, but there's also a bunch of videos of people that are vandalizing Teslas, but then they get caught, which is kind of surprising. It's kind of surprising that like we're at this moment in time where someone can key your car and you can go back and look at the video and figure out who keyed your car. Like, you can, for real, look at the video from your car and you can see the other car pulling up next to your car. You can see the person get out of their car. You can see their outfit. You can see what they're wearing. And then you can see them key your car. That's where we are right now. These are the times we're living in. Isn't this crazy? This is nuts, right? You can literally look at your car on a phone. This is like an awesome advertisement for Tesla. Think about this. Tesla has had that software on their cars for years where you could see the car, right? But now, since Tesla has become, the cars that you go after, that you go vandalize, now it's going viral of these videos of people keying Tesla. So it's telling people, oh, dang, the car got cameras on the outside. The car can see. I mean, come on, other cars don't do this. You can have a Bentley or a Mustang or a Ferrari or some big body Mercedes. You can't just go to your phone and look on the outside. I mean, think about it. I mean, this is game changer technology. And also, this is something that like they don't necessarily really market that much, right? They show off Century Mode, but it's not like the highest thing on the list. It's not the highest selling point, So it's amazing to see, They hate him because in the media, things flip. Bottom line, people flip. 4 years ago, Elon was the person of the year in Time magazine. Okay, he was the person of the year. Now he's like the most hated person ever. Now, just because he switched from Democrats to Republicans, that didn't change the car company. That didn't change the cars. That didn't make the cars bad just because he switched. And then they also say like all these, he's a Nazi. Oh my gosh. Elon Musk is not a Nazi, though. Like, he's not. Like, Elon Musk hasn't killed anyone. He's not a Nazi. And also, all of his baby mamas, supposedly, are Jewish. So, but I think that's the left, the media, the left, like pushing all of this, just because they lost. I mean, that's just me. That's just me. I mean, I still stand with Tesla. I don't know if they're going to solve full self-driving. I think it's kind of a joke now. I mean, I see the videos on YouTube every day of Teslas driving in San Francisco with no intervention, right? They're driving 20 minutes, 10 minutes, no intervention. I see them. But that's one thing to see a car driving itself with someone in the driver's seat. It's different to see a car with no steering wheel driving down the street and no pedals. Okay. And do I think that that car is going to hit the road in a couple months? I mean, technically it's already on the road driving around the Gigafactory in Texas, right? I don't know. I think, Tesla, I like the company. I like the mission, but I don't see how they can continue. I just don't. If they don't solve full self-driving, I don't see how they're going to continue. Okay. And I don't think that they're going to do it. I mean, are they going to do it in 3 months? I don't know. I don't think they're going to do it in 3 months. What do y'all think? Y'all think they're going to solve full self-driving by this summer? But one thing I will say, and I've been a Tesla shareholder for many years, I've listened to a lot of conference calls. I've listened to a lot of Tesla conference calls, y'all. 4 times a year, at the end of the quarter, they get on the phone, they talk about the company, right? The last conference call, dude. The way Elon was talking on the phone, he did not sound like he sound in any of them other calls. That fool was very confident. And I don't know, maybe he knows something we don't. I don't know. Maybe he's happy because maybe he was happy back then because the last conference call, I think it was January. But the last conference call, he was up in the White House, right? So maybe he was just still geeking about that, right? Yeah, I think conservatives actually are a really great market for Tesla. Hear me out here. Elon and Tesla has been selling Teslas to Democrats for 10 years, right? They've kind of hit a limit, right? Everybody who wants a Tesla already got one. Now, don't get me wrong, people are still buying Teslas, but when it comes to electric cars, we kind of hit a limit. The problem with Democrats? Democrats typically live in cities where parking is a problem. Parking is a big problem in cities. Look at New York, look at LA, look at the Bay Area, right? Parking is a problem. A lot of people live in apartment complexes. If you live in an apartment complex, now you kind of have this weird problem of charging. Where am I going to charge? Where do the conservatives live? A lot of them live in rural America. A lot of them own their houses. A lot of them maybe they have a garage, maybe they got land. A lot of them could easily install a level 2 charger at their house. And they don't have to worry about going to a charging station unless they're going over 300 miles, okay? If they're going over 300 miles, well, there's plenty of Tesla superchargers around. Conservatives would actually like Teslas way more. They would. People in the city, definitely they like Teslas. It's a small car to get around the city in. But it actually works even better for conservatives because now they don't have to build out as much charging infrastructure because most of these people are going to charge their car at home. There's so many lies about electric cars and the charging. There's so many lies about the charging. For years, I have been following left-leaning media and also right-leaning media. In right-leaning media, they would put out so many lies about electric cars. They would put out so many lies about it. Literally every single video I would watch would just be full of lies about electric cars because most conservative audiences don't even know much about electric cars. So what the people would lie about? They would lie about, oh, these cars are much, much heavier, right? And it's true. Electric cars are heavier versus a traditional, normal sedan, okay? A Model 3 is heavier than a Toyota Camry. But that's not the example that the conservatives would use. They would use the example of a Hummer, okay? A Hummer is like 9,000 pounds. They would say a Hummer. You don't want an electric car because they're too heavy. Look how heavy a Hummer is. A Hummer is 9,000 pounds. It's gonna destroy the roads faster. You're gonna have to put more tires on it faster. Okay? The tire thing is true. Okay? You will have to replace tires much quicker. However, another lie that the conservatives would say about electric cars were, you're gonna always have to replace the brakes constantly, which is total BS. In reality, you might not ever have to replace the brakes on an EV if you use regenerative braking, depending on how you drive, right? Depending on the car, the weight, right? They would constantly put out so many lies. They would put out the lie of Tesla makes cars that are too fast. People don't need cars too fast. Okay? I agree. People don't need cars that are too fast. But a fast car is just something that comes with making a car electric. They didn't go out of their way to make it fast, right? Now, when they made the Plaid, yes, they did go out of their way to make it faster. They put more expensive batteries in it, faster batteries, right, to make the car faster. At the same time, electric cars are just fast. Like, that's just how it's a one-speed transmission versus you take an ICE car, internal combustion engine. Usually they're like 5-speed transmission, 4-speed transmission. So it's go electric car is just it's just going. Wages might be lower in rural areas. Totally agree. But you know what? I'm pretty sure right now there are a lot of used Teslas on the market for very low prices. Okay? Very low prices. Right? The Teslas can literally go from the liberals to the conservatives. Right? I mean, I could literally imagine, you see someone selling their Tesla at Starbucks. Okay? They're pulling up with their Kamala Harris hat on. And here goes some Trump people getting out with the Make America Great Again hat on. And they're buying the Tesla from the liberal for a real cheap price, and then they take it back to rural America. I don't know. I don't know, I'm just talking about that. But one thing I will say about Tesla that I never thought I would ever see this. When you see conservatives standing up for Tesla now, when you see conservatives defending Tesla, because before it was never like that. It was like, electric cars are trash. You don't want to drive a golf cart, do you? And now to see them going the other way, man, I've went through so much drama with this company. But just to see the change and to see the other side that hated electric cars, to see them actually liking electric cars is mind-blowing. It's like, dang, yo. Elon got the other side to like EVs now. Now, of course, they're Democrats. Maybe they don't like Teslas. But I don't think they're necessarily going to go back to electric, going to go back to gas cars. And anyway, when you drive a Tesla, how do you get rid of a Tesla with all these features and go drive a fucking Mustang? Okay? Electric Mustang. Like, how do you step down from that? How do you step down from a Plaid S, right, with all the advanced features a Plaid has, to go drive a gas car? Like, how do you do that? Like, I don't think most people are. I think most people still gonna be driving Teslas. Like, for real. Like, I mean, that's one reason I'm kind of glad I didn't get a Tesla, because I would have got hooked to their whole interface, and it would not be any going back, But yeah, I have not got hooked to that interface yet. I haven't got a Tesla. I'm gonna wrap this video up. Yes, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye. I'll see y'all later. Peace out.